Hi, Julie Torrance here. I've got the Junkie Junk Journal out and I've got acrylic stuff. So I've got acrylic brushes, I just grabbed a handful. I've got a paper plate to use as my palette and we're gonna get started. This side was a piece of wrapping paper. This side was a menu kind of a thing that came in the junk mail. So it's not that the wrapping paper was junk, it's just I have a lot of it and I just thought, okay, that came to me in Happy Meal. All right, I'm grabbing a baby white and it's one of the ways I love to put acrylic down is with the baby white. I've got my Diane Reevely paints. I like them because I love the colors. Always shake your acrylics, but I also like them because they dry fast and that can be handy. I'm grabbing a green and a blue and we're just gonna have some fun. We're just playing. That's what junk journals are for. Well, not really. I should more say art journals, but that's what I've turned my Junkie Junk Journal into, is an art journal. So I'm just gonna get some blue paint to put up top, taking my baby white, giving it a smear. These pages have been gessoed. I had some leftover gesso from a previous project. Wasn't even a project in this book, but the book was handy. So I just used up the leftover gesso in it, which made it nice for this. Okay, nice. And I'd rather have the blue go too far down than not far enough. Work it into the seam there. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I like that, but it's a little bit pale, faint. I'm gonna add a little of this. Oh, that color that I just put on was called Blue Hawaiian. And this one I know is darker and it's less transparent. This one's called Blue Lagoon. So we're going to add a little Blue Lagoon. Whoops. Open up, bottle. Okay. And same spot on my wipe. Yeah, this wrapping paper is going to be a little bit more fragile. But that's all right. I don't know if you can see how we're getting kind of like streaks and stuff. I love that. That's why one of the reasons why I like using a baby wipe. And where the one blue didn't quite make it, the other blue's going to show through. I like that. I like this color better. Good. That's nice. Not even going to change. Got to get the edges. I am bad about that sometimes. Let's get in the trench there. Okay. Grabbing the green. And this green is called Sour Appletini. So I know this one is also, these cocktail ones are a little bit more transparent, but I still like them. I like them a lot. All right, I'm gonna put those paints over there. And here we go. You can see it's kind of fluorescent. And I'm still using the blue. And I'm going on top of the blue because it's giving me another color, which I love. Oof. It's going everywhere. Okay. There, that's nice. Yeah, get the edges. I've got wax papers kind of stuff underneath because acrylic paint can be like glue and it will glue your work together. All right. Might still need this. We'll just set it aside, not throw it away. I'm a mess, but we don't care. Let's keep going. So what I want to do is some buildings, some houses, some stuff like that. I think I want to get a little something else going on in the sky. Let's see. And I brought some stencils. So these are from PM Artist Studios. This one is a Carrie Griffiths stencil. I forget what it's called, something like leaves, but I'll link PM Artist Studios stencils. And I've got this one because I thought, you know, kind of bricks or cobblestone. And I like this one because, again, kind of architectural. So we're going to be using some of those. I am going to get this. Now, this is what I call interference paint. They call it enchanted. This one is gold, but it's one of those that, depending on which way the light is, it will change color. I'm just going to put a few dots here, there. Some of the dots are bigger than others. And I'm just going to grab a brush, and it's a dry brush, and I'm just kind of wiggling it around like clouds. Some little clouds shimmering in the sky. Yeah, just to give that a little something that'll catch your eye, I think. Okay, that's good. Rinse. I've got paper towels. Dab, dab. All right. Okay, I'm going to start with the houses near the front, work my way back. So the buildings towards the front will be a little bit bigger, buildings towards the back a little bit smaller. And let's give it a go. I've got my bowl of bargain paints. These are acrylic paints that I buy from the clearance of the clearance. A lot of these I bought at Tuesday Morning, which is a store that's left the country. I'm grabbing Heidi Swap red. Start out with a red building. Why not? So I'm going to get some of this on my palette. Well done. Now when I pick out paper plates, which again I buy on sale of the sale, I buy paper plates that are white in the center, so that if I decide to mix some colors, I'm rinsing out a brush. This is just a Royal and Langnickel that I got from the craft warehouse. And I'm just going to start with the building right here. Yep. I'm going to run it right off the edge and just fill it in. There's nothing hard about this. We're doing simple shapes, and we're just going to have some fun. Just some more pages in my Junkie Junk Journal. The reason why I call it a Junkie Junk Journal is because I made it primarily out of junk mail or scraps, bits that I've got. There's different sizes, there's different textures. They almost all have some kind of printing on them or whatever, and I love it. Okay, let's get another building. I'm rinsing that red and dab, dab. Let's get another color. How about a blue? And this one's called light blue, and this is a De La Rowney paint. My brush may not be perfectly cleaned out, and I'm not worried about that either. And let's get another building right here. A little bit taller. A little bit narrower. Now, will we get this all done in an hour or less? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not in a hurry. There's nobody at my neck. I don't have a deadline that I need to do. And that's why I mean, have fun with it. Don't let your mind put all kinds of roadblocks. You know, will I have time? Well, do what you have enough time for. Do I have the right paints? Use what paints you have. This could be tempera paint, you know, like poster paint. It could be whatever you have. I think it's a little bit hard to work with watercolor on this kind of shiny, slippery paper, but you can give it a try. All right, rinse, rinse, rinse again. I have 2 jelly jars. I think they're pickle jars, but you know, just 2 jars of water. I'm dabbing my brush off, and let's come up with another color. How about yellow? It's called lemon yellow. It's raining. Ooh. Yeah, it got dark, but it just right this minute started pouring. We need the rain. Whoops. Whoops. Oh dear. I dropped the lid. It went into the Bermuda Triangle of my house. Let me just see if I can see it quick. Oh, I see it. Hang on. We're listening to the rain. The only reason why I'm so bent on wanting to get that lid is because it is acrylic paint, and if it gets on the carpet, ooh. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and this art space that I'm in right now is, oh, very, very transparent. That's okay. This is my living room that I turned a corner into my art space. So, you know, I'm happy that I don't have to be on my dining room table, which my dining room area is really just kind of a space. It's not barely demarcated, but there is a place I have a table where I have my sewing machine and my Caterpillar. Thank you, Donna. Think of you every time I use it. When I first got started here a couple years ago, Donna sent me this Caterpillar, which is a wonderful paper cutter. Love it. Okay, I think that looks good. I think we're doing fine. Another building? I think so. Can I use some colors I already have? I think so. I'm going to get some of the water off. Scoop up some of this red. Take a scoop of yellow. We should come up with some kind of a coral or an orange or something. Yeah, good. Let's use that. And I'm going to put a building right here. I'm going to go taller. Taller, taller yet. I hope you can see that I'm not doing anything or something that got stuck right there. I don't care. I think it's maybe like a piece of the of gesso that fell out of the lid or something like that. It's all right. It's texture. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to have some kind of buildings between. And yes, these are bright, but I love color. I love color. Okay, let's see. Grab another color. This green is right here on top. And I don't know what the name, permanent green it's called. This paint is from Folk Art. It's called gel acrylic. So when you see this come out of the tube, if we see it come out of the tube, it kind of looks cottage cheesy. It hasn't spoiled, that's just the way it is. And it was already marked down because it was I'm just taking some right off the lid here. It was already marked down because it was at Tuesday morning, and then they had it in their clearance section. So it was like whatever color sticker was another 20% off. It's not coming out. There we go. Because I don't need that much for this next building. Okay. I'm going to start it right here. And bring it down. Not all the way, because there's probably a road or some little piece of land or something there. I knew we wouldn't need too much of this. My air conditioning is going. Today is July the 2nd. So, in 2024. So, here in Western Michigan, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are about 2.5 hour drive from Detroit, going quite a bit west and a little bit north. But we are much closer to Lake Michigan, so we get a lot of the effects of the lake there. Okay, something here, and I've got a magenta. Now, I know these colors look wild. I know that. However, I'm going to dab this on a paper towel. Oh, wrong brush. I want that little squared off brush. No, what did I do with it? Oh, for the... Julie, what are we going to do with you? Huh? How do I lose a brush that fast? Oh, well. Just grab another one. Oh, it's in the water. Dummy. Okay. Yeah, get to wring the water out of it. All right, now let's get some of this magenta. And again, I don't need that much. I don't want to put more on my palette than I need. All right, over here, we said. Kind of in between. Kind of a lipstick color. We'll put it this far down. So you could make these rectangles. Sure you can. We're just getting some shapes in for our buildings. Okay. Nice. Good. Good. Okay. Rinse that off. Now I've got that orange that I mixed up. And we've just about used up all the reds, so that's good. I'm going to just add the rest of this yellow and come up with a little bit of a different color again. And I'm going to put it right here. It may not look very much different than that yellow. I'll add a little bit of the red. Yes, it looks streaky. I like it. That's fine with me. Nice. Okay. Look at those buildings. Huh. Okay. Now, those buildings could stand to dry a little bit. And I am really giving this brush a workout in the water. But I'm not stomping my brush. Don't take your brush and stomp them. Just swish, swish, swish a lot. And you can brush it across the bottom, but don't do this with your brushes, because all you do is this metal ferrule will just cut right into your bristles. It's a mess. Okay, good. Down here, well, you know, there's going to be kind of some sidewalks. There's going to be kind of some who knows what. I'm grabbing some Q-tips or cotton buds or whatever it is you like to call them. And I'm going to grab another green. Let's see. I've got this one called emerald green. And I've got a little bit of green and blue right there. And I'm going to just squirt it right there. Just a little bit. There we go. Good. And I'm going to grab a Q-tip And I'm going to start just making some greenery. Like there's a bush living right here. Good. And another one right here. And I'm going to put a tree in at some point, but right now I'm going to get some of the greenery of the tree. And I'm going to put it right here. So I'm just going to make like little oval shapes of these dots. There's trees in the city. Oh yes, there is. Now I'm digging into this yellow. Not a whole lot left, but there's some. And I'm just gonna add that in for another, color, some sunshine maybe got on that tree. That'd be nice. Good. Bring the tree down a little bit. Okay, that's good. I want some more yellow. Grabbing my yellow tube, pop. Will paint come out the top? Oh yes. Just grab a little paint. And I'm just adding some sunshine on that tree. Some sun is coming in through the city. A little more. Because I especially want some at the top. Can you see a tree, kinda? And we've got our little shrubs. Good. Good. All right. These are drying fairly fast here. We're going good. I'm going to grab some yellow again. I'm going to throw this cotton bud away because I'm just going to end up making blops and dots all over the place. I'm grabbing this yellow, if it's open, yes. It's what is it called? Let's not guess. Indian yellow. This is a Deco Arts, and I got it at the craft warehouse. And it pours. It just pours out of the tube. It's really, I think, more of a craft paint. It's definitely not heavy bodied. Now this is a De La Rowney again, and this is titanium white. And I'm just going to add a blob of that. To be able to find a tube of titanium white in any kind of a clearance kind of a section, this was $1.99. Says it's a $6.50 value. I believe that. And if you find on sale switching brushes, white paint, grab it. All right, so I'm going to take some of this white. I'm going to take some of this yellow, more white, and I'm going to put some windows in here and there. Just the beginning of some windows. It's about, I'm not working today, obviously, so I don't always keep track of time, but I think it's about 3 in the afternoon, I think. And it sounds like the rain is already trying to stop. Now, we are not doing a fine art kind of acrylic painting. I just wanted a happy painting, a city painting, buildings, places where people live. I like this Indian yellow with the white. Yep. Looks nice. And I'm going to run it right off the page. That's what gives our paintings some extra interest, you know, having it run right off the edge of the page. That's good. I'm going to pick another building, and I'm just going to use that same color. Now this building is a little bit further back, so I'm going to have the windows be a little bit smaller. Just like that. This brush I'm using is a Liquitex brush, and Liquitex is a manufacturer of paint, like the Liquitex Basics. We've heard of that. Well, I bought some Liquitex paint from, it was from, what, not Cheap Joe's, Jerry's Artorama online. And I don't even know if Jerry's has like storefronts. I just don't know. But anyway, they had this thing that it's like if you bought 4 tubes of paint, you got a little Liquitex suitcase, and it had a palette knife in it, and it had a couple of brushes, and yeah. And this brush was part of that. Long handle, which is great when you're working from an easel. I got into some wet green. That's all right. No problem. Nice. Okay, good. Now, sometimes windows in the city can take on kind of a bluish, greenish tint. So I'm going to take just a touch of this blue, some more of that white. Sometimes it's even kind of a greenish. So I'm not mixing that green in all the way. I'm getting the water off of my ferrule. And we're going to put some of these bluish, greenish kind of windows over here. Yep. Just moving along. Now these windows picked up a little more of the green, but that's okay because it's reflecting, you know, what's in the city. So that doesn't bother me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to now touch into the green. This is what I've been using, and I'm just going to add a little more. And I'm going to find another building to put some windows in. Like this one, I think I'm going to add some texture to it. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Same with this. How about here? Let's make this more like maybe a little grocery store or a party store, something that's at the bottom of this building. Could be. A little fruit market, something like that. Be handy, wouldn't it? And then this will be its door. That little bush got there. Fine. You have to walk around the bush to get in the door. That's okay. Ooh. I just suddenly made that window a lot bigger. Good. Okay. I like that. Now, there's going to be some windows peeking out from this tree, right? So, let's see. I'm just going to kind of put a window here. And kind of put a window over here. And let's see. Be over here, shining through. Yep. And over here. Could be shining through. Just kind of thinking about where the windows might lay. Let's get another one right here. And I can always come back and stomp, stomp, stomp some more of that leaf action. Okay, that's fine. Good. So we've got doing good, doing good. All right, rinse. I'm thinking a little bit. Dangerous, huh? Okay, let's set that brush aside. I'm grabbing a stencil. I think I'm going to grab this one to start out with. And I'm just laying it on top. Hopefully I don't move it around a lot because it's sitting on top of some wet paint, but that's okay. And I'm going to try to just get the stenciling on the yellow. I've got a sponge here. I'm going to grab some of this blue right there. Can you see that? Some of this blue on the tip of that cosmetic sponge. And let's see what we get. Now, if I go over something that I wish I didn't, I don't care. I am not worrying about anything. I'm just enjoying myself and the process. Hey, all right, let's see what we got. That's a cool building, right? Right. All right, I am going to take this same sponge. I'm going to go with this orangish building. And what am I going to put on top of it? I'm looking here. I think I want to put some of that red. And I think that is pretty much dry. A little bit of red. And I've got this cobblestone-y kind of this cobblestone-y, it'll look like some crazy brick. And I'm going to go right with that blue. I don't care. And here we go. Now the buildings that are towards the bottom, the first ones that we did, they're going to have more detail. We're going to see more detail in them, where the further back buildings, not as much. I mean, that's just the way our eyes work. How we doing? Did I get it all? I think so. Let's see. Cool. I love it. That looks great. Now I'm going to take this and I'm just dropping it right into one of my little water things. And that way it won't turn into cement. Okay. Hey, we're doing good. Now I think the only building that we didn't add something to is this one. And I think I'm going to go into the white. We've got this white right here. Maybe I'll touch the green. And maybe touch the blue. And let's make some little windows on this building, which to me looks like one of the furthest back buildings. And I'm just going to make some line windows, just like this. That's going to push it back even further. Now I've got that tree there. So just have some little indications here and there. And something bigger at the bottom of the building. So that's a door or a window or something. We don't know. Good. We are getting there. It is looking good to me. Okay, I think I want another building right here, and it's in the way back. So what color? I'm going to take this little bit of blue, mix it in with whatever this green is left over, add a little white, and that's going to be our building color. Yep. Because we've got a lot of colors going on here. And to keep it kind of, oh, what can you say? Whoa, I just saw a big drip of water. If you add and add and add and add and add color, different colors, it'll start to look awfully chaotic, in my opinion. So I like to get a few colors going, but then just use what you have. That's why if you don't have a big old bowl of paint like I do, don't worry. And yes, this building is kind of blending in with the sky. That's fine. It's in the way back. And I'm going to give it a little different roof line. I think I'm going to add more white. And let's see what that does. This little faraway building. All right, I like that. That looks fine. We've got some space here, which is great. Rinsing that brush, and I have some white right here. And I'm just going to pick it up. It's not going to be pure white, but it's going to be white enough. And I'm going to put a little fence. Maybe one of those fences that's in the city. It's no parking. And you're like, it's the only place to park. It is the parking place. No parking. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take this same white and I'm just going to lighten up this window a little bit. Just some marks like that. And I'm going to dry my brush. Some water came down the ferrule and thinned out my paint. It's all right. And I'm going to give this building a door. A double door. Maybe years ago, this was a very hoity-toity kind of place, and they used to have a doorman, but they don't anymore. No. Not that kind of building anymore. Just adding a little more white to this little fence. Make it a little less transparent. All right. We've got our tree, we've got our bushes, we've got our buildings. This building, let's give it some windows of some kind. I'm gonna give it, I'm using that white. I'm giving it some round windows up here, kind of round windows. And now I'm just gonna make those little lines. You're not even really seeing the windows, you're just seeing a little bit of reflection. Now I am enjoying myself so much. I don't really know where we're at for time. All right, grabbing into, this is one of those blue-green kind of mixtures. Going back into the white. I'm gonna touch some of this yellow, add some of that to the white. I'm going to give this building now some kind of a door. And a window, big window here. Nice. And maybe a window like this. I'm just dabbing into anything that looks a little bit like white on my palette. What are you thinking? Let me know in the comments. Julie, this is something I would never do. Julie, I can't wait to get started on my own. Let me know. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Over here, do we need some windows? Look, I've got white over here. Scoop it up. White over here. I've got a little dab over here. I'm going to add just a touch of that yellow. It's all the colors we've been using. There's a little more white here. And some windows on this building. Maybe one of these kind of windows, like a half circle. Can you see? I'm not even sure you can see way over here. I hope so. Oh yeah, you can see. Good. And then a window over here. And a window over here. These windows are getting wonky. There. Rectangle it up a little bit. There we go. Good. I'm grabbing some more white wherever I can see some. And maybe just a window right here. There, that might be all. Good. Okay. Now, I'm liking it. But now, the sky. The sky is looking just a little bit, I don't know, lonely. I've got the leaf stencil, but I'm not crazy about that for this. But why am I not? I am going to grab, this is white, but it is half acrylic paint, half gesso, so that it's kind of a more transparent white. And I'm just putting a little bit on my palette because I don't want like too much. And I don't know that I even have, oh yeah, I've got some sponges. I was going to say, I wasn't sure. I'll grab one of these and tear a chunk off. It's a part of a cosmetic sponge. So I'm just going in here to this white, and I'm going to put the leaves sideways because I think it makes it more look like maybe it's a cloud kind of a thing. And I am very lightly touching, very light. It's there. I'm seeing it and I'm liking it. Okay, let's get some more white. Okay, I just put some more of this white on the... I see it more here than I do here. Good. Good. Up in the corner. Yes. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty subtle, but I definitely like it. I'll see. Can I lift this? Can you see the white? I hope so. Okay. Now we've got that tree. We've got red and orange and blue. Let's see if we can come up with some kind of a brown-ish. I'm going to grab some of this blue. That was a lot of that blue. Grab some of this. We're coming up with some kind of an olivey green. I'm going to grab this red. That may give us more of a gray. Let's add some of that yellow. Good, that's bringing us to a brownish color. Sure, that's fine. Yep. Okay, here comes the tree. Yep, it's a tree, all right. Good. And I'm gonna just put a few little branchy marks up here and there. Not too much. Looking good. Yeah, that's fine. That worked out nice. Okay. I am going to, I'm rinsing that brush. See, we've really done a good job on using up paint. Really, we have. We don't have a lot of puddling paint there. Okay, what next? Well, I'm looking at what, and I think we can get rid of this. I'm looking at what appears to be, for the most part, dry. And I am going to set aside the bowl of bargain paint, and I'm grabbing my Poscas. Now, Poscas are acrylic, so even if it's a little bit wet, it's okay. I'm going to set this aside, and let's get some little details going, okay? All right, let's grab... Let's grab a dark. That's a pink. Here's a brown. And I'm thinking about more details towards the front than in the back. So I am just gonna, one time, up, down with that, just to activate it. And here comes some windows. Now, if this video is getting too long for you, watch it in 2 parts. Because I have a feeling it's going to be a long one. But it's worth it. I can tell you YouTube's not too crazy. Sometimes it feels like about videos that are too long, but then I see videos that is like rain noise that's supposed to be for 8 hours while you're sleeping. Those videos are up there. Hey, what do you think? That looks good, doesn't it? Okay. And I'm going to grab, for this one, I think I'm going to grab this green because the blue on top of the yellow turned kind of green. And I'm just going to outline these windows and this door. And give the door like it's got some hardware. Nice. Coming along. Doesn't that look good? Sure it does. I'm going to keep this green going. And I've got that building up here that's kind of like a point. Kind of went off the edge there. That's all right. We'll just even it all up. There we go. Good. I like that. I'm going to take the brown again. And if I'm not making perfect circles, which I'm not, that's okay. Because again, this is farther away, right? I'm going to even put some up here. And you can't even see where that, would be. And I'm going to give this couple of antennas up there. I'm going to take this brown. I've got brown around those windows. So I'm going to skip that one for now. And I'm going to put brown around these windows. Nice. There are a lot more acrylic markers out there than there were. Even Sharpie has some type of an acrylic marker out, and it has very good reviews. But when I got these Poscas, and I've added to them, like replace. That was pretty much it for a acrylic marker that you could spend your money on, and it worked. All right, let's see. I'm just rummaging through here. I don't want red or purple. Blue is okay. And I think I'm going to outline these. Let's give it a push. And this is not perfect. I'm not using a ruler, obviously. And that might be it. Maybe a little right there. Yep, because we got that tree going on, which is good. And I think I'm going to take this blue and I'm going to outline the fence. Yes, I like that. Good. Let's go with red. Can we move this? And let's do some outlining here. Nice. Kind of goes with those bricks. Don't you think? I think so. There, make that look like a door. Good. Now this kind of has that bigger window, so maybe I'm going to put a red line around this door, like it's got a sign here. You know, kind of make you think about going in there. Yep, I think that looks good. Okay, I'm going to go now rogue. This is an orangish color, and I'm going to give my little shrub here some little, I'm just doing like a few loops, like it's got a flower going on. I like that. And this one I'm going to just kind of leave behind. That's fine. But I'm going to grab this green, and maybe I'll make some other kind of a tree or a bush here. And I'm just making ovals. Just like it's some kind of a wild thing. Maybe this is just like a warehouse and no one's paying much attention to it. I'm going to grab the yellow marker and just put some lines in here, like, I don't know, random sticks and what have you. Yep. And maybe in this bush, I'll just give it some little flowers at the top. Nice. Okay. Well, we're heading on the home stretch. So I am going to keep going, not even knowing where we're at with time. I am going to put a brown box right there and another brown box right there, as if it's like some kind of maybe air conditioning unit or something like that on that building. I'm going to add some kind of a tower here, like our cell phones. Yep. I'm going to grab a finer one, black. And give it some of those, like vents. And what else can we do with this black? I think let's give this an old satellite dish. Just like that. Sure. And maybe another one over here. Even though not that many people use them anymore, they're still hanging on buildings. They sure are. How about over here behind the tree? One of those sticking up there. These little details are what can make it kind of fun, don't you think? Now, what about over here? Maybe another, they rented out the roof. And there's one of these towers. Like that. I like it. We're doing good. I'm grabbing the yellow. And I'm just going to put a yellow mark in those there. Hey, we got ourselves a cool little city, don't we? Now, you know, I could go on forever. I could put little cats sticking out, looking out the windows. I could put, you know, little people walking. I could put little sidewalk marks, all kinds of things. But, you know, as I say, you can just go on and on and on. I hope that you found this fun. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. It helps my channel so much. If you haven't subscribed, today is a perfect day. And down here is going to be a video that's been picked out for you, and I'm going to see you over there.